Hey, what's up, guys? Happy DeMarcus Cousins returns day. It is Friday, January 18th. We got a 7-game slate tonight. I hope everyone had a great night last night. A good night on picks. 2 of the picks last night went for 6 times value plus, and 2 went for 5 times value plus. A solid four pick day yesterday. Good core for that slate last night. So we'll get into tonight's slate. A lot of different things to go over, a lot of different angles. So we'll get into that. But before we do, if you have the inclination or the want to throw a like on this video, that is always appreciated. But definitely hit the subscribe button so you can get more DFS videos and exposure, and follow me on Twitter at the DFS Picks. Same thing on Instagram. Do updates during the day. And let's get into this slate. So before I get into the picks, I want to just go over a couple of the higher end pieces. There are really 4 guys that I'm looking at for the higher end guys. Not a lot of value, so it's probably just going to be one. Davis, I'm not really looking at Durant in this situation. Curry has a good matchup, so it's Davis, Curry, Towns, and Vooch. Davis is what I'm leaning towards as of now. I would rank him right now: Davis, Towns, Vooch, Curry, and this is kind of my reasoning behind this. Davis is on a tear right now. If you look at his game log, 72, 82, 53 was kind of his floor game. 78, 60, 67. So really good 5-game stretch, a good matchup. It is on the road, which I don't prefer, but he's just on fire right now. The only really just Harden that's playing better than him right now. So I really like him in general. His price tag hasn't shot up like Harden's has, so I like him in this situation. It's going to be a little bit of a pace down for him because Portland plays a little slower, but comparatively, let's go back to the other bunch. So I like Curry in this matchup. Good matchup for him. Like I said, Cousins is back. I don't know. We're going to wait during the day to see if there's a minutes restriction on him. Almost certainly there will be. So it'll depend on what kind of minutes he's looking to be playing. So if it's 18, 20 minutes that he's playing, that's going to pull some of the usage away from Curry, and I'm not such a big fan of that. Last time though, these 2 teams met, I don't think it's going to be on the game log, but he went off against the Clippers and Beverly. I remember that very well because I faded him in that game. I can't remember who I went to, but it was in Golden State. It was at Golden State, and he had I think like 60 plus at a lower price tag too. So, but I do like him in this game. But that's my concern, is that he gets some usage pulled away, and that takes some of his DK points away. So, and then we go to Towns. So Towns, not a great matchup against San Antonio, but I really like this game, and I might just go ahead and stack either this game or the Golden State Minnesota game, depending on what news and what value flows throughout the day. But there's no real concrete reason that I have a feeling. I just have a gut feeling on him that he's gonna play well. I love him at home way more than he was on the road. When he is on the road, what he was on the road last game at Philly, and I faded him. I didn't think he was going to play well, and he had a terrible game. But he's been playing really well in general, so I like him to continue that. And that's kind of my thinking behind that, is his play at home supersedes kind of anything else. So especially with the injuries that they have on the team, they are getting more healthy outside of Covington, who's going to be out for a while. But I for some reason, I'm gravitating towards him as a play. So I do like him for that reason. And that Vooch is in a good spot against Brooklyn. Now, looking at the numbers, Brooklyn, the narrative is big men eat against Brooklyn. In the last month, that hasn't exactly been the case. Not as much as early in the season. So I don't know if that's a byproduct of Jared Allen being more productive on the offensive end or what, but it seems that would be my hesitation going towards Vucevic in this game. But he's definitely in play, just a little priced up at 9,400. So those are the four big guys. The other guy I did want to talk about is Jarrett Allen and Rudy Gobert. So let's go Gobert first. Great matchup here, but this game is almost a lock to be a blowout. Almost a kind of foregone conclusion. Tristan Thompson is out, so which bodes well for Gobert going in and doing pretty much whatever he wants. But even before the news of Thompson going out, the game was a 10-point spread in Vegas. So I haven't looked at the lines today, but I'm sure it's got to be more. So almost certainty to go blowout mode. The one thing I will say is it was a blowout against the Clippers on 2 days ago, and he still played 34 minutes. So I'm definitely looking at him, not in my core lineup for sure, but if he does get 30, 32, 34 minutes, anything in that range, he's going to have a really good night out. And he's not priced up that much, 8,800 compared to 8,500 before. But a couple of the other, I'm looking at this game as well, just because both teams, it seems like recently, definitely Cleveland to Utah to a certain extent, even in blowouts, the starters get not as many minutes, but still a good chunk of minutes. So looking at that game and just keeping an eye on that. So going into the picks for this evening, let's go to that same game, Cleveland, Utah, Ante Zizic. So he's been kind of a poor man's, Boban or Alex Len, as far as guys that don't play a whole lot but are pretty good DFS players on a point per minute basis. So if you look at the last few games, he had 31 points for 27 minutes, 32 points in 24 minutes, 20 points in 20 minutes. He's really, when he gets run, he gets at least a point per minute. So he's going to get the start with Thompson out, and they really don't have anyone else. Larry Nance is out. Love's been out for a while, so there's no one else to go to in that spot, especially with a guy like Gobert running on the other side. So he's going to get his 30-ish minutes, even in a blowout, you would think. So I like him a lot as a value play, one of the few value plays here. We'll switch over to the Utah game and go to Royce O'Neal. So O'Neal still priced down in the low 4,000s. I really didn't like him against Detroit at 4,700. Even at 4,500 is a little high. 4,300 is probably pretty accurate as far as where he is talent-wise, and he's in a decent matchup against Utah right here. So against Cleveland right here. So I like him in this game, and he's been playing a lot of minutes even in blowouts. He's the one guy that ever since the point guards went out, he's been getting a ton of minutes, a ton of run, regardless of the score. So I like him in this spot. And then we'll stay with the same game. Now, not intentionally game stacking this one. I would not want to game stack this one because there's too much that can go wrong. But the power forward position at between Favors and Crowder is what I'm looking at. I wouldn't play both, but these guys have kind of been alternating as the guys who kind of go off and go for 6 times value ish. They're both in a good spot. They're both going to get some minutes. It just depends on who gets the most minutes. So I don't know if I want to necessarily pick and choose between the two of them, or pick both of them. I'd rather pick one and kind of go for that in tournaments. But take a look at Favors as well. I'm sorry. Let's go to Crowder. We'll go to Crowder, and let's just assume Crowder. Crowder last time against the Clippers, 39 points. He had 26 against the Lakers. He's probably going to be in the upper 20s in minutes, and both of these guys are probably going to hit cash value at least because they're going to get those minutes. So let's just, for argument's sake, put Crowder in there. And the other guy that I'm looking at that is priced down is Marc Gasol. So 6,800, and lately Boston has not done a great job against big men in the last month and a half, 2 months. It's really been a good spot for centers against Boston. On the road, which I'm not a fan. Gasol plays better at home, but the price is the main thing that's gearing me towards him. I like that price on sub 7K, and he could easily hit upside in this game. It's supposed to be close, and it's going to be a pace. Well, anything is a pace-up game for Memphis, but it's slightly paced up, and I do like him at that price. So, with that, tons of money to get another big price guy in there, whether that's Davis, whether that's Vucevic, Cat, anyone that you really want to get in there. That's all I got for you guys today. I will be updating on Twitter and Instagram later on today as any kind of injury news or anything changes. If I'm thinking about game stacking later on, I'll throw that in as well. But definitely don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I hope you guys have a good day.